So the idea is, of course, we have different sensors that can detect multiple parameters from an environment, from an object, or from a system. Yeah, so this is how sensor networks play a role. And so sensor networks are special networks composed of a group of sensors, wired or wireless, utilizing different methods of flow. Yeah, for example, in our lab, we have developed, for example, with James, yeah, your senior, James, he developed sensor networks consisting of 4 mmg sensor made from CMP sensor. And now your senior, Daniel Engel, is also trying to develop sensor for respiratory mmg analysis. Okay, I will try to explain this in short ways, because actually this is more of the subject of sensor networks. Yeah, I think we have a specific subject on this taught by Pak Aulia. I think this semester, right? Is it this semester? Sensor network?
Computer networks.
Computer networks, but it is about IoT, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you are asked to develop sensor system that can transfer the data, if I'm not mistaken, to a local web server. Is it?
Yeah, baru
Yes,
aja.
sir.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, yeah, the idea why we need to study that. Maybe the like LAN or computer network in the bigger system, it is more of the concern of information technology. Why then you as biomedical engineer need to also to start to learn about this? Yeah, because in the future also more and more sensors will be integrated as networks, even within our body. So what we call as the body area network in biomedical engineering. So different sensors located at different parts of the body, measuring different physiological signal can be taken and combined and then sent to the local server and then to the cloud server. Something like this, yeah. Sensor node captured by transceiver, and then sent to the observer. So observer it can be located locally or can be located in the cloud. So the idea of Pak Aulia's Dub, yeah, with ECG, wearable ECG is like this. So also that the sensor capture the signal, the heart signal, and then send to cloud to be analyzed by a cardiologist. So I will not to explain it to detail. I guess you have been learning them in sensor network, in computer networks. RS-232, I think we've done this as well. This is one of the oldest serial data transfer or protocol. And then I2C bus, this is also for instrumentation, connect microcontroller and other microcontroller these devices. This is on the master and slave. CAN bus. CAN bus is from One for Car, yeah. Automotive. This is developed by Society of Automotive Engineers, SAE. And I'm not sure if biomedical. I don't think there is yet a widely accepted protocol, network protocol. Serial Variable Interface, SPI. The wireless sensor network can use, for example, wireless sensor network, yeah, WSN. This, yeah, sensitive device. This is the one sensor node, how it, what component it contains. Contains P amplifier, analog digital controller, processor, and memory. And then it will send to the wireless module. This is what James, your senior, made. And also currently, Daniel is also making similar sensor node like this for MMG, mechanomyography. Then sensitive device with amplifier unit, and this can be then sent to internet. Or in the case of Daniel and also James, they were using Wi-Fi network, similar as we are using for our wireless internet. But it could also be to also use Bluetooth, for example, or like Zigbee, although it is not common to use Zigbee nowadays. On the Bluetooth is, however, limited to one sensor to one master communication. If you have multiple sensors, you have to serially, sequentially pick the sensor. That is why now they are using Wi-Fi. Yeah, I don't think there has many things to given. I think it's more of theory here, and basically what we can say is there will be more application of sensor networks in the future, because the information towards, let's say, forget about other application, let's just mention about biomedical. The condition of a patient or a subject cannot be known by a single sensor. Yeah, even let's say our project, my project with James at the time was to assess set to stand physical behavior of a subject. Then it cannot just by measure, we cannot know for sure, cannot conclude the condition just by measuring a single muscle. You have to measure 4 muscles at the same time. The tibially anterior, TB, the femur rectoris, what else? I forgot, biceps lateral femoris, BLF, the 2 muscles on the upper leg and the 2 muscles on the lower leg. They have to be measured simultaneously in order to be able to assess the physiological condition of a patient. So this cannot be done unless you have a sensor network. That's what we are trying to in biomedical application. Also, like now, what Daniel is developing is to develop an MMG analysis of respiratory system for the rehabilitation of COVID-19 patient. This has to use at least multiple sensors to detect different muscle, different respiratory muscle. So that is the idea of why sensory networks are important.